So he conceived of the idea of putting the organisms into an oscillating electromagnetic field and causing them to oscillate, similar to the way a glass oscillates when it's hit with an appropriate audio tone. So he was looking for an electrical frequency that would cause the microorganism to shatter or to be devitalized in some sense. So what he first did was he tried the various wavelengths, such as light, ultraviolet, infrared. He tried them all, and finally he came upon a range of frequencies, which is in the radio range, that cause the destruction of these microorganisms, and the frequencies are specific to each species.
We simply hunt and try. That was all we could do. We put a pure culture of the organism under the microscope, and I started and I tune this thing till I find a frequency that will destroy it.
By the end of 1932, Rife had isolated a virus from cancer. He had developed a unique culturing technique to sustain it and to make it visible. He had fully explored its various physical properties and had discovered additional transitional forms of the microbe. He had transplanted it into laboratory animals, producing the disease conditions resulting in tumor growth. And then he had found the mortal oscillatory rate of the virus and destroyed it with his beam ray instrument under the microscope. But one test remained. Could the beam tube kill the microorganism inside the body of a host? Rife had established annihilation of the virus in vitro, but could it be done in vivo? And further, if it killed the organism, would it cure the disease? Pleomorphists, like Rife, believe that the relationship between a germ and a disease is more complex than a simple cause and effect arrangement. As we have seen, the arrival of a microorganism in a body does not necessarily always come from an external source, but may instead be, as some claim, the result of a pleomorphic transition from another form of the germ that is already inside the body. Would this complicate the notion of killing the germ and thus curing the disease?
I guess with allopathic medicine, though, in the germ theory, the basis is that we are attacked by external microbes, viruses, bacteria, and anything in between, and that's what's infecting our body. But a pleomorphist would say that if the environment is right in our body, yeah, that can happen, but at the same time, any existing microbes we have in our body can have evolved to a higher pathological form and create disease. Okay, so as we pollute our bodies more and more with physical toxins, emotional toxins, etc., yeah, it lays the foundation for disease to develop, where one microbe can be a virus, a bacteria, or a fungal form, depending on its environment.
That itself is a very controversial notion.
Of course, yeah, it threatens the whole foundation of medicine, which is the germ theory.
Do you have any theory at all as far as malignancies are concerned in relation to oxygenation of the individual cell, where you just kill them off with frequency?
Well, we devitalize them by this frequency in the work we've done thus far with this thing. But now, here is the thing. The effect of a disease on an individual depends greatly upon the balance of the metabolism of that individual from a neutral pH. Because I sincerely believe if the body is in an absolute normal pH, it's susceptible to no disease. Because in our test tube showed that it won't anything grow on a neutral pH medium, regardless of what kind of a medium, whether it may be, whatever it is.
So what it means is you have to have a pre-existing condition in the terrain for the microorganism to take root or take hold. And then the microorganism will adjust the terrain again to make it its own environment more permanently. They do this by producing their own species-specific acids. They convert acids that come into the system into, for instance, mucorracemoses would convert it to lactic acid, and Aspergillus niger would convert it to citric acid. But these are the acids that they use in their environment. They're their nutritive medium. And they create them themselves.